Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Third Eye Media. Let's begin with today's current affairs session. The first topic of the day is panel recommends simultaneous polls. The high-level committee headed by former President Ramnath Kovind has recommended simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and state assemblies as the first step and holding municipal and panchayat polls within 100 days of general election in the next phase. Next, the second and the 22nd Law Commission, which is examining the simultaneous polls issue, is also expected to submit its report to the Law Ministry anytime now and recommend the same from the 2029 general election cycle. So, they are basically planning for simultaneous elections, that is both state elections as well as the Lok Sabha elections at the same time to actually reduce the budget cost and the expenditure on the election commission. So, let us see what happens, still yet to be confirmed yet. Next, poll bonds. It's nothing but electoral bonds issue. 22 firms donated over 100 crore, BJP got highest share. So, in the recent judgment, Supreme Court has asked SBI to open up all the electoral bonds data. So, it has given the data to the Election Commission now. So, SBI has published its data to Election Commission. So, Election Commission publishes data received from SBI. Lottery Magnets firm, which was under ED scanner, Enforcement Directorate scanner, is the single largest donor at 1,368 crore. Okay. Top recipients, just see the figures. No political agitations, no political drama here. We are just showing the figures here. That's it. Don't take it personal. The Bharatiya Janata Party encashed electoral bonds worth 6,060 crore, the highest among all parties. You can see here in the graph, Bharatiya Janata Party with 6,060.5 crores, All India Trinamool Congress with 1,609.5 crores, Congress 1,421.9 crore, Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti BRS 1,214.7 crore, Biju Janata Dal 775.5 crore and DMK Party with 639.0 crore. So, these are the figures published by Election Commission. Next, in Hyderabad, function halls get notices. What is all about it? All the owners of the function halls located in Hyderabad city were instructed to strictly follow the Noise Pollution Regulation and Control Rules 2000, Environment Protection Act 1986 and Hyderabad City Police Act 1948. They were directed to ensure programs being convened at their function halls do not result in disturbing public peace and tranquility. So, they need to basically reduce the noise pollution. That's why they have implemented and given notices to these function halls. RPF Shakti team honored for protecting passengers. The Shakti team of Railway Protection Force in South Central Railway received an award from the Telangana Department for Women, Children, Disabled and Senior Citizens for protecting women passengers at a function held as part of International Women's Day celebration at Ravindra Bharati on Thursday. So, Minister for Panchayat Raj and Rural Development, Rural Water Supply, Women and Child Welfare D. Anasuya Sitaka felicitated SCR's IG cum Principal Chief Security Commissioner Aroma Singh Thakur and presented the award comprising a purse of 21 lakh and a memento. Two teams, Rudrama and Nagamma, had been raised to ensure the safety of women and children travelling on trains. They helped many women passengers. Next, and the topic is Gyanesh Kunayar, Sukhbir Sandhu appointed election commissioners. Recently, we already heard about the news that one of the election commissioner has resigned from the election commission and the other post was vacant. So, this news is all about filling up of those two vacant posts in election commission. Ex-bureaucrats were selected by panel headed by PM. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan submits dissent note, says shortlisted names were given to him just 10 minutes before meeting. Supreme Court to hear pleas challenging the appointment procedure today. Before, there used to be a different committee. Now, what has happened is, this is the first time that the election commissioners have been appointed in accordance with the new Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners appointment, conditions of service and term of office Act 2023. So, recently a new act was passed by government, right? So, based upon that act, these new election commissioners have been elected. So, this was brought in by government in December last year. According to the act, a selection committee headed by the Prime Minister and comprising a union minister nominated by the PM and the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha will select members of the election commission. In the current committee, Union Minister Home Amit Shah. So what is the requirement? One Union Minister should be present. So who was present? Union Minister Amit Shah was present, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, opposition leader of opposition, being the Congress leader of the House in the Lok Sabha, and Prime Minister, as usual, Prime Minister was present. The election panel is currently led by CEC Rajiv Kumar, that is Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar. The 2 election commissioners were appointed following vacancies in the poll panel caused by the retirement of retirement of Anup Chandra Pandey on February 15th and the resignation of Arun Goyal on March 9th. So these 2 people have, one has resigned and one had got retired. That's why these 2 vacancies have came up, and they have filled these 2 vacancies with the new bureaucrats. Next, India likely to start free trade deal talks with EAEU. India is seriously considering starting talks for a free trade agreement with the Eurasian Economic Union. The Foreign Ministry of Belarus, Sergei Elenik, declared during his 2-day visit to India. So we are trying to have free trade talks with EAEU. Next, international news. Again, Modi will travel to Bhutan next week. PM says he had productive discussions with Tobge on various aspects. Bhutan PM is expected to travel to Mumbai and meet business leaders. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Bhutan next week. Announced the visiting Bhutanese Prime Minister visiting Bhutanese Prime Minister Shering Tobge after the 2 leaders met in Delhi on Thursday night. Mr. Tobge is on a 5-day visit to India and is expected to return to Thimphu on Monday, after which Mr. Modi will travel there, officials said. According to the Model Code of Conduct, no major policy decisions can be made after the election dates are declared, and by convention, the Prime Minister doesn't travel abroad once they are declared. So since the Lok Sabha election dates are still not yet declared, so Prime Minister can visit. For example, suddenly tomorrow the election dates have been declared, then Model Code of Conduct will come into play. He is expected to discuss strengthening bilateral trade, raising investment levels in infrastructure projects, and Bhutan's plans for a mega Gelufu mindfulness. So what is actually Bhutan's plan was for a mega Gelufu mindfulness city on Bhutan's southern border with Assam. Remember, very important, Gelufu mindfulness city is the main agenda why Bhutan Prime Minister and his king was recently approached our industrialists as well as our government. They are actually seeking assistance to build this particular project. Next, government blocks 18 OTT platforms for streaming obscene content. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry has blocked 18 OTT platforms for streaming obscene and vulgar content. 19 websites, 10 applications, and 57 social media handles associated with these platforms have also been blocked. The action has been taken in coordination with various intermediaries for violations of the Information Technology Act, the Indian Penal Code, and the Indecent Representation of Women Act. So these 3 laws were actually violated, so that's why they have banned 18 OTT platforms. Means nothing but blocked. Union Ministry for Information and Broadcasting, Anurag Singh Thakur, has repeatedly emphasized the responsibility of the platforms to not propagate obscenity, vulgarity, and abuse under the guise of creative expression. So they have continuously keep on warning, but still they have continued to stream such obscene content. The blocked platforms are, what are they? Just have a look at it. Dreams Films, Vovi, Esma, Uncut Adda, Triflix, X Prime, Neon X VIP, Besharams, Hunters, Rabbit, Extra Mode, Newflix, Modex, Mojflix, Hot Shots VIP, Fugi, Chikuflix, and Prime Play. So these are the websites or apps which have actually been blocked. Center unveils project for cashless treatment of road crash victims. The Road Transport and Highways Ministry on Wednesday announced a pilot project to provide cashless treatment of up to greater than 1.5 lakh to all victims of road accidents. The pilot project will be undertaken in Chandigarh to establish an ecosystem for providing timely medical care to the victims of road accidents, including during the golden hour. So golden hour is that 1 hour between accident and treatment. So if the patient is taken on time and given treatment, then definitely most of the people who met with accidents might actually live. The packages for trauma and polytrauma offered under the Pradhan Mantri. So remember, the packages for trauma and polytrauma were offered under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana will also be co-opted under the scheme. Claims raised by hospitals for providing treatment will be reimbursed from the motor vehicle accident fund. So whatever the hospitals are asking to pay, the amount, it will actually be reimbursed from motor vehicle accident fund. The golden hour is a period following an injury during which there is highest likelihood of preventing death by providing prompt medical care, according to the Motor Vehicles Amendment Act 2019. So, very important. What do you mean by golden hour, and from where they are going to pay this amount for treatment? All those things are important. Just go through it once again. The National Health Authority will be implementing agency for the program and will coordinate with the police, hospitals and the state health agency. So, remember who is the nodal agency which is mandatorily going to implement this thing is, whose nodal agency for implementing is National Health Authority. Next, Telangana news, TS to form panel for exploring ecotourism potential. So, we all heard about safaris rise, wildlife sanctuary safaris, all those things. So, now even Telangana state is planning to go for some wildlife safaris. The Telangana government has issued an order to constitute a committee to explore and study the ecotourism potential of the state's forests and draw up an ecotourism policy. The committee will be required to provide recommendations for a draft ecotourism policy in line with the guidelines issued by the centre and in consideration of the provisions of the Forest Act within 3 months by holding at least 3 meetings. So, they need to see what are the boundaries, what are the borders and what set of forests we have, how much land is required and how much land is available and what are the habitats, all those things, and they need to submit the plan, so that based upon that they will definitely plan for a safari. Next, wholesale food inflation sped up in February on onion, tomato. So, WPI wholesale price index based inflation eased marginally to 0.2% last month, even as 8 of 10 primary food items recorded accelerations in price gains. Manufactured products, fuel, power register year on year deflation. The wholesale food index quickened to 4.1% from 3.8% in January, while primary articles prices rose 4.5%. 5 food items saw double-digit inflation, including vegetables 19.8%, onion 29.2%, pulses 18.5%, paddy 10.3%. Tomato prices surged 60.5%. Potato rose 15.3%, breaking a 12-month deflation streak. Overall, fuel and gas prices were 1.6% lower than in February 2003. All this data interpretation figures are just for your information, understanding. This might not be able to come in examination, just need to understand what are the things are leading to inflation and deflation. Just keep in mind. NPCI allows Paytm to offer UPI as a TPAP. National Payments Corporation of India on Thursday allowed 197 Communications Limited, which operates as Paytm, to offer UPI transactions as a third-party application provider with Axis Bank, HDFC. So, it cannot have a bank directly, but it can provide its services with the help of other banks like Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, State Bank of India and S Bank, serving as payment system provider banks to OCL, NPCI said in a statement. So, NPCI is nothing but National Payments Corporation of India. S Bank would also act as merchant acquiring bank for existing and new UPI merchants for OCL. This will enable existing users and merchants to continue to do UPI transactions and auto pay mandates in a seamless, uninterrupted manner. So, that's all for the day. I hope you guys are enjoying. Keep watching. Do regularly follow our videos and do regularly revise these current affairs. They are going to be very important for competitive exams. So, that's all for the day. Thank you. Keep watching. Do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.